Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans with my husband and what would I call you? My pretend rock star husband? My tank top twin husband? I don't know what to call you. But you're Alan Evans.
Hey, Trey.
I know that as much.
In the house.
Yeah, Alan's still
I'm recovering.
from
I'm moving slow.
His wild rock star weekend, hanging out on tour buses.
Yes, I did.
Being mistaken for a rock star.
I had people running over asking who we were.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. We got a lot to get to on the podcast.
Not
We're
a bit.
very excited.
It's what happened, yeah.
And since the last podcast, our boys are with us. It's summer vacation, so we get them for the next 2 weeks. So there's new life in the house, and it's exciting times.
New energy here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're going to bring some energy, and I can bring a little energy.
Hopefully so.
So, yeah, it was quite a weekend. How many times are we going to gripe about the heat on this podcast?
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary because everybody's dealing with it.
Everybody's dealing with it across the country. Some parts worse than others. There was a meme that JC was showing me today. It was like showing the earth and then Texas and then the sun, saying how hot, we're like the closest planet to the sun. It's been brutally hot in Texas. And of course, everybody's blaming global warming, which is the knee-jerk thing to do. And I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But I remember last year this time, it was unseasonably cool. It was like in the 70s this time last year, remember?
Everybody blaming global warming?
Yeah.
Are they really?
We're walking around and I'm like, I can't understand. It's so humid and 70 in June. What's going on?
Remember when we had that 1 week Arctic blast that kind of shut the whole state down?
Yeah, but
nobody was griping about global warming then.
No, they gripe about other things. But anyway, I don't know. I'm not, global warming gets always political, and we don't like to do that very much here. So anyway, it's brutally hot.
Kelly.
And it was perfect timing for an outdoor country concert.
Yes.
So that's what Alan did.
Called Highway to Henryetta.
Yeah, and I had to stay home because I was lovingly, and I wanted to, miss it to host a baby shower for our podcast listener, Laura.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I wasn't here, Laura. I'm sorry, but
Laura and Alan.
And Alan too. Hello, I'm Alan, but a different Alan.
Different Alan.
Not
It's
me.
Not my husband.
No,
Alan's
not me.
Baby.
As
Do
far as
not get it
well,
twisted.
as far as I know, it's not.
Alan.
No, I know it's not.
We know it's not. But we're excited. It was a good shower. I think everybody. It was a quandary of whether or not you do shower games.
Well, I thought you did shower games.
We did do shower games. I am not a fan of shower games. I'm not.
But you did 3.
But I did. Because what I did was I wanted to make sure I did what the mommy wanted, right? So I texted her and said, do you want me to do some shower games? And she said, yeah, that'd be cool. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to do like taste baby food blindfolded and, measure her belly. I don't want to do any of that. So
guess how big her belly is?
yeah, I didn't want to do that, or guess how much weight she's gained. So I did some kind of simple, like, who knows Laura best? I had her, what's her favorite TV show? Who's her celebrity crush? How did she and Alan meet? That kind of stuff. And then I did one where it was like a scavenger hunt, but using your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had, this many alarm set, you got so many points and things like that. And then the other one was guess the price of luxury baby items.
Oh.
Like Cartier baby rattle. And
I had no idea there was such a thing.
Oh, yeah. It was ridiculous.
A Cartier baby
rattle and a Burberry teddy bear and a Prada diaper bag, things like that.
There's such a thing as a Prada diaper bag.
Oh, yeah.
How about a Louis Vuitton diaper bag?
I don't know.
I bet there is.
But
you can have one. You can have Louis make one for you.
What happened was Laura's mother, Kay, told me, well, Laura really isn't into games either. She just did it because she thought you were into them. So we ended up doing the games anyway, and I think it was fine. But
everybody have fun?
Everybody had fun.
I didn't see many pictures.
Excellent.
I thought you were going to take a bunch of pictures.
I never take pictures. I always ask people to take pictures and tag me or send them to me because I'm really bad at taking pictures. I guess it's because I'm too in the moment. That's what I like to tell myself.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at it, though.
Well,
but thankfully, some people, I said, send me some pictures
I
so
saw
I
a
can
couple.
post.
I saw a couple.
Yeah.
But usually, yeah, I thought I'd see. Was Shanda here?
No.
Shanda didn't come to the shower?
No.
Oh, okay. Because usually that's how I get my information.
Right. No.
From Shanda.
Mm-mm.
Okay. well, that was too bad. You have to show me some pictures later on.
You saw them all on my
That
Instagram.
was it?
That was it. That's all I took.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, while you were doing that buffoonery, not really buffoonery, I was off to do some buffoonery. The Highway to Henryetta Music Festival, brought to you by AT&T, Mika Sina, 8 Beer, and hosted by the man, the myth, the legend, my man crush, Troy Aikman, in Henryetta, Oklahoma, the little
hometown.
his hometown, the little town he grew up in and went to play high school football in.
Mm-hmm.
And since Kelly couldn't go, JC from the Kidd Kraddick Morning Show and I teamed up and decided to go.
Yep.
So we just texted, I guess, that morning and kind of figured out what time we wanted to go, and went over to JC's house, picked him up, and
So you've now officially been to his house, and I haven't.
Very nice home. Very nice home. Very nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
And a very nice home. I was very impressed. Nice landscaping, nice layout, nice pool area.
Well, hopefully I'll get to see it in person one day.
I got to see JC's office. I got to see their kitchen. Beautiful. Very nice. And Kinsey was there with the kids. So I said hello to them a little bit, chit-chatted a little while. And then, first thing I noticed was JC was in his tank top.
What were you wearing?
Well, a blue tank top.
Yeah. What color was his tank top?
Blue.
Oh.
Navy blue, yeah.
You're both wearing navy tank tops.
And we didn't plan it that way.
Yeah.
But several years ago, we did this bit, and it was during the Kidd Kraddick family vacation.
Yeah, it was a parody song.
It was a parody song on a Post Malone song.
Yeah. Candy paint with the...
yeah.
It's candy paint, right?
Yeah. It was candy paint. And
Yeah.
yeah.
paint.
JC had a verse, I had a verse, and we kind of ping-ponged it, but it was about the Tank Top Twins.
Right. That was what you named yourselves.
Right.
Because we were on vacation, and whenever we go to the beach, JC's bit is he only wears tank tops.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan, that's sort of your bit as well.
Yeah. So it was kind of a friendly diss song to Al, because like Al and JC have the what's the name of their
Don
band?
Cheadles.
The Don Cheadles. And then so I was kind of horning in on JC and saying, hey man, join my band, the Tank Top Twins. So it was a diss rap to Al.
Yeah, basically.
So that's where that bit came from, the Tank Top Twins. So anyway, pick up JC. Ken sends us with a lovely backpack full of jerky, fruit,
I felt horrible.
water, beer.
I didn't send nothing.
I was very impressed.
And I felt horrible.
Did you really? Why?
I did, because normally when we go on trips, I do pack those things. But I was so trying to get the house ready for the baby shower, I just didn't think of it.
Yeah, you were getting ready for the shower. You were real busy.
Yeah, and Chef Mama Creations was here, and she was setting up. I said, "Would you like to take some pin?" I did say, "Do you want some of this food? You want to try some of this food before you left?" But I didn't think to pack you a care package.
And I don't want to mess y'all's spread up.
I know. I felt so bad though. Kinsey's a better wife than I am.
No.
A better nurturer and provider.
No,
I dropped the ball.
That's okay. There were waters and beers in there, which was good. But that would be the theme of the whole day: is water and beer. So it takes us 3 hours to get there.
Not while they were driving.
Not while we're driving.
He meant when he got there.
Not while we're driving, no. But so Henryetta, Oklahoma, if you're unfamiliar, it's kind of smack dab in the middle, because I was unfamiliar, kind of smack dab in the middle of Oklahoma.
And what's in the middle of Oklahoma?
It's not like you would imagine, just a big field. It's more rolling than that. I mean, there are trees. I mean, it's not like West Texas. It's kind of a rolling kind of terrain. But out in the country, I mean, you are out in the pucker brush. There ain't nothing out there except little Oklahoma towns. So it took us about over 3 hours to get there by car from Frisco, Dallas area. And we kind of panicked because we thought if we tried to go directly to the venue, that we had heard that parking was going to be an issue. So on the way, we found that there was satellite parking in shuttle service from Henryetta High School. So JC and I decided, instead of trying to fight the traffic, which we thought was going to be at the venue and the small parking they had there, let's drive up to the high school, and then from the high school, we'll take the shuttle to the venue. So that was our plan. But the first thing we had to do is go to the hotel and check in. Go to the hotel and check in at the Best Western.
Yeah, was it 2 doubles, 2 queens, 1 king?
2 doubles.
How nice.
We lucked out. We didn't have to go, feet to head. We had our own beds.
That's nice.
But we unpacked Kinsey's beers and, popped those and, had a little cocktail to wash down the trail dust and did that. And I started to panic. And I'm like, JC, dude, we're not seriously going to go to the concert like this, are we?
In your tank top?
Yes.
And what was the temperature outside?
Well, the heat index was 110.
Yeah.
Yeah, the temperature was only around 100. The heat index.
Only.
Yeah, it was like 97, but the heat index was 110.
Yeah.
So JC's like, dude, I mean, this is the bit. You can't like bail on the bit now.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, but it's not like we're wearing different tank tops. We're wearing the exact same tank top.
Your tank top twins.
I understand. But I'm like, JC, two grown men rolling around in tank tops together. It's just, and they're identical. He's like, that's what we are, dude. We are the tank top twins, bro.
Yes.
So either you're in on this bit or you're out.
He told you how it was.
I took a big swig of my Miller Lite and I said, I'm in.
All right.
Let's roll.
All right.
Yeah. So we go to shuttle parking at Henryetta High School. We got to see where Troy walked around, played football. It was really cool. Very nice high school. Parked. They had a line of these tour buses. Like, these weren't little van shuttles. These were the big, giant, like, rock star buses.
Yeah.
To take you over to the venue.
That's nice.
Yeah, so we jump on one of those. There was only by the time we get there, it's about 3:30, and the
show started
show
at noon?
started at 11.
11.
Doors
Oh.
opened at 11. Yeah.
People rushed to get there for the opening.
I don't know if they did or not, but I guess because we get on the shuttle and there's only about 3 or 4 other couples on the shuttle, and I was telling
and the tank top twins
and the tank top twins, and I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be awesome, and it was one of those shuttles where, I don't know if you, good, strong, dear, sweet, clean listener, you ever been to Mexico and you get at the Cancun airport and you're about to jump on the shuttle and go to your hotel? It took, I don't know, babe, 30 minutes to get from Henryetta High School to the venue. And I don't think it was that far.
It's just like,
but that bus driver,
stopping a lot.
oh, he was very safe. He was a very safe, deliberate bus driver.
Yeah.
But we finally get there. He dumps us off and, we kind of make our way. It's not hard to see what's happening here. There's 2 stages. There's a big stage and a smaller stage called the Hen House. But we see the main stage, and the first thing we do, we grab a couple of 8 beers because that's Troy's beer. And what was really nice too, they give a free bottled water with like every beer you buy, or you can just go up there and get free water.
Because it was so hot.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're giving away free water. So we run over to the main stage, see who's playing, and it's the Josh Abbott Band. I think they were about 4th or 5th on the list. I mean, there had been a lot of bands to already play. So in the Josh Abbott Band, JC is friends with the drummer.
Cool.
Yeah, and the drummer's name is Eddie.
So were y'all sitting there waving, hoping you'd catch his eye?
Well, we were pretty far back. At this point, we were still kind of with the general population in the back. So, and I'm like, JC, we've got VIP passes, man. Let's use them and kind of get a little bit closer. So we go through this other gate and get a little bit closer to the stage. And now we're standing there, and JC says, "Dude, look over there, to the right." And I look over to the right, and there he is.
Who?
What? Just sitting there watching the Josh Abbott Band.
Who?
In his sunglasses and his hat.
Who are you talking
and his
about?
Chiseled, rock hard jaw.
That can cut glass.
That can cut glass.
Yes.
And biceps, just sitting there holding court. Yes. He was
Are you talking about Troy?
Talking about Troy.
I figured you were.
TA, my man, 8 Ball. He was just champ. He was just sitting there just watching the
surveying
Josh Abbott.
the whole land.
Now, he was close enough to where we could have gone over there and could have got probably 5 feet from him.
Yeah.
But we did not.
Why not?
He looked like he was really
in the zone. This was his baby.
This was his show.
This was not the time to
time to say, hey, what's
Troy.
up, man? The Tank Top Twins are here, bro. No, yeah, we weren't going to do that. So we just kind of, we listened to the music, and then for a while we saw that Barry Switzer was over there too, the Oklahoma University ex-coach.
And former Cowboys
and
coach.
Also coached the Cowboys, yeah. But Switzer was there. We saw Joe Buck. I we're almost positive we saw Joe Buck,
Probably did.
his broadcasting partner from Fox
You
and
probably did.
ESPN next year. We saw Babe Laufenberg, who's a friend of his. I'm pretty sure Babe and
I'm
Troy
sure
are
you
tight.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we saw Babe. He was right next
Yeah.
to us. So that was fun. You know, we saw some people. We just basically from that point, we walked over to another tent, kept drinking beers, waters, and JC and I kind of alternated who was buying each round. Babe, we probably crushed. That's more beer than I have drunk since I was in college. I
You were
mean,
just so hot.
it was so hot that it was beer, water.
And I asked Alan, I bet you didn't pee. You know, because
one time
all day, because you're so dehydrated
Right.
that you just sweat it all out. You
Right.
never have to pee.
Right. But one time we're over there by the beer stand and some listeners come over and they recognize JC, you know, and they're like, oh, JC. We also had some podcast listeners there. So like,
good.
hey, JC, what's up? So they're, you know, a couple of people wanted pictures, which was nice. And so JC took some pictures. We took some pictures. And then these two ladies run over and they're like, okay, we got to know. Everyone's wanting their pictures with you guys. Who are you guys? Are you guys famous? And we're like, no, we're not famous. And they're like, well, who are you? And JC says, well, we have our own group. You may have heard of us. And I said, and then I caught onto the bit. I'm like, yeah, we've released a single. And they're like, really? And he's like, yeah, we're the Tank Top Twins. And they're like, really? I've never heard of that. Yeah.
And see, they weren't making fun of you. They bought in.
They totally bought in. But we kind of went with that bit for a little while, and they kind of left thinking that was true.
Yeah, well, it is true.
It is true. So yeah, that was kind of fun. But why don't we do a little bit of this,
all right,
and then we'll go from what happened the rest of the night.
I'd love to hear that. There's, so many things that I haven't asked. I was waiting for the podcast. Lately I have been listening to a lot of other podcasts. I was into the murder ones for a while, but now I've really started diving into Joe Rogan. He has some really interesting guests. It's been great. And one reason that makes it even more great is because I'm listening on my Raycon wireless earbuds. I had always poo-pooed wireless earbuds. I was the one that still had the cord plugged in until I got Raycon's everyday earbuds. I am a believer. I love the way they look. I love the way they feel. They sound fantastic. The optimized gel tips give you the perfect in-ear fit. The earbuds are comfortable and they will not budge. Trust me. Raycons offer 3 sound profiles to match what you're listening to. Noise isolation and awareness mode, so you can choose to be immersed in sound or you can hear your surroundings when you need to. If you're out jogging, you really need to be able to not only listen to your podcast or walking, you need to be able to hear if someone's coming up behind you. I mean, we've heard some really tragic situations. That's what I love about Raycons. And I've seen people talking about Raycons falling 3 stories, getting lost in the rain and the snowstorms, and still working afterwards. Raycons everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews, including mine. I'm an absolute fan.
So check out Raycon's wireless earbuds. Our guess is that you're going to want to leave them a 5-star review too. So go to buyraycon.com/sandwich today to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/sandwich to score that 15% off.
BUYRAY.
BUYRAYCON.com/sandwich.
There you go. I really do love them. I'm not just saying that. All right. So part 2 of your adventure.
So essentially we're crushing beer. We also have this little tag on our wristband that gets us some free tacos from Mi Cocina.
That's nice.
So we threw down a couple of tacos from Mi Cocina to get something in our stomach. So we're crushing beers, crushing waters. At this point, Josh Abbott Band is done, and now Pat Green's on. So we run back over and, sit there and listen to Pat Green's set for a little while. And at this point, JC has made contact with Eddie.
He had to wait till the drummer got off stage.
Yeah, because Eddie is now off stage.
Yeah.
And Eddie came and found us. And at this point, we are drenched and we're pretty buzzed.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We were drunk. We were more than buzzed. We were drunk.
Really?
So we're standing there, just drunk, hot, sweaty, and we make contact with Eddie. And
he's getting bolder too.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And he was a cool guy. He was a very nice guy. But Eddie said, hey man, you guys want to come back to our bus and just come hang out? He's like,
in the air conditioning.
yeah, he's like, we got drinks and we can just,
you don't have to pay for any more beers.
right. And you can just hang out there in the air conditioning. And we're like, yeah, absolutely. Let's go do that. So we start making the walk all the way over to where the tour buses are. Now, Eddie was pretty sure we could get a golf cart to take us from where we were to his tour bus. And he was having a hard time flagging somebody down to do that. So we were kind of waiting around, just talking, and we see a care flight. While we're waiting, we see a care flight helicopter come in. And at first, everyone's like, oh, that must be Blake and Gwen, because Blake Shelton and Gwen were going to play. At this point, everyone thought that the Gwen thing was kind of a rumor. She may or may not come, but they knew Blake was coming.
Yeah.
So everyone's
and
like,
he has his own helicopter.
yeah. So we thought, oh, that's Blake's helicopter. Well, turns out we learned through Eddie, because one of his people were telling him what was going on, and they were all talking to some of the other bands, that one of Pat Green's roadies, and I think it was his sound guy that runs the board, something bad happened to him, like medically. And I don't know what exactly, but they had to care flight this person out. So it must have been very serious, whatever it was. And I'm assuming heat related. I don't know.
We don't know.
But can you imagine you're up there playing and one of your people goes down,
that's awful.
and then they bring in a helicopter to take them away, and you still are playing, It's like, wow. So we saw that all happen, and we thought it was Blake. Then we learned, oh no, that was a care flight to bring someone else in. Blake is coming later. I'm like, oh, okay. So we go to the bus, finally get on the bus, and I met the band, the Josh Abbott band. Everybody but Josh Abbott. He wasn't on the bus, but I met all the other guys, and it was a lot of fun. They were really down to earth, laid back, super cool. But I'd never been on a tour bus before, so I'm thinking, what is a band, a country band on the road? Like, what do they talk about, and like, what's the scene? And like, what do they do? And basically, JC and I get up on the bus, and they say, guys, make yourself at home. Everything here, help yourself. There's different liquors and beers and whatever. Bathrooms right over there. Make yourself at home.
But there's no number 2 rule on the tour bus.
No
Alan.
number two on the tour bus, which we didn't do. But they're basically saying, just make yourself at home. Don't worry about it. Super chill, super cool. So then we sit down. Everybody's just kind of hanging out and in the air conditioning. And then the conversation goes to all the times the band members have had to like make a run for the can in an emergency.
Right.
Like having emergency shat operations.
Like you poop on yourself.
Yeah,
right.
So everyone had a story.
Everyone, including Alan Evans.
Yes, about times when they've pooped themselves.
Yes.
And I am doubled over, holding my stomach, laughing so hard at these guys, because they all had a story.
And they get on a roll.
Yes, the musicians had a story. The tour manager was in there. He had a story. Some of the roadies that carry the equipment, they had stories. I'm like,
I asked Alan, I said, did you share your story? He's like, no, I didn't feel quite comfortable.
I didn't know
that.
the guys well enough to like share my KFC story. And plus I was just laughing so hard I couldn't even talk. So so that's what they talk about on a tour bus.
Well, just like other guys hanging out, right?
Yeah. So I guess from there, it starts to get a little fuzzy, honestly. But I remember...
Were you asked to leave?
No. We wanted to go back and see Blake. And Eddie was trying to get us on the stage to see Blake.
Like the side stage?
On the
backstage?
side stage, yeah, backstage. And he had an artist band, because obviously he's in a band. But even his artist band wouldn't get him to all access or on stage VIP access.
Yeah, unless he was playing, he couldn't get back
right.
on there. Yeah.
So he tried, but he goes, guys, I am really sorry. There's just no way I can get up there. And we're like, no, that's cool. So he took us to this other area that was backstage, and it was a tent. And at this tent, they had barbecue. They had open bar.
Good enough.
They had couches. It was really nice. So from that area, we could walk about 10 yards, poke our heads around, and basically we were side stage, but on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Oh, yeah. So we listened to Blake from there, and there were some shots that were distributed. And after the shots were distributed...
You didn't tell me you had shots.
Yeah. That's where it gets extremely fuzzy. Because I remember... Now, see, I'm having a problem. I remember...
Alan hasn't told me this part, y'all.
No. I remember hearing Gwen, the beginning of Don't Speak, the guitar, and everyone running over there. And I was like, what's going on? So I ran over there, and then she busted into Don't Speak. And I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, So she came out, and it was a big deal. And then she did a duet with Blake. And we were where you could see the entire venue from the stage. So it was dark now, and you could see all the lights and everyone's phone and the lighters, and the kind of this barely a sunset, and the way back, the sun's been down, but you can see it's just quite a scene. It was quite a cool scene out in the middle of Oklahoma, know. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and after that, it was pretty late. We
shuttle back,
managed to find our way home, and you know how you wake up the next morning and you just see kind of this trail of stuff from the door, and you're like
trail of what? Like food?
A van, a belt, some money, a wallet. You know what I mean?
Kidding me?
A hat.
Y'all were just undressing and you made your way to the bed.
And then you just plant face first down into the bed.
Oh my!
And then you wake up the next morning like, what?
Where am I?
Yeah.
Takes you a minute.
No, you have that where am I moment.
You have that sometimes. You wake up in a hotel room. It takes you a minute to be like, where am I?
Yeah. Like where?
Even if you're not hungover.
Right. But all in all, it was, it was like I imagined a music festival would be. Last music festival I went to was ACL in 2015. I was left for dead under an oak tree. This time I wasn't left for dead, but I felt like I wanted to die the next day.
You're not as young as you used to be, honey.
No. But it was a lot of fun. JC's fun to hang out with. And
he is. I told him that we need to do a double date soon.
Yeah. No, we had a good time. We talked a lot.
Kinsey is truly one of my favorite people.
Oh, she's so funny.
She's so naturally funny.
Yeah.
And we keep trying to encourage her to do a podcast, do something. And she's just like, no, she gets terrified. JC tells the funniest story I'll have to get him to tell it. If I tell it, I will not do it justice. But he talks about when they were hired to do like an infomercial when they were still in California because they were young and hot, the typical LA look. And she's like, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up the whole time. It's a really funny story. We'll have to have them as a guest or something to tell it sometime.
She is very, very
funny.
She
is so naturally funny.
Very sweet. Very nice.
I wish I was more naturally funny.
Kinsey every time I see her, she always gives me a hug. She's I
know, she's very sweet. We love her. But anyway, that was great. And Alan spent, he got home and went straight to take a nap, which was great. I was hanging out with my friends, my friend Amy, if any of y'all know, I've talked about her over the years. Her brother died unexpectedly. And so I was with the family yesterday, and it's just such a, as I was saying, it was so interesting because, on Saturday I was celebrating new life, that's coming into the world, Laura and Alan's baby boy that's going to be born in a couple months. And then, you're mourning the loss of another, my friend's parents, their baby boy, So it's just really sad. It was a high emotions, low emotions weekend, but it's just a hard time right now for a lot of people. Keep Amy and her family in your prayers if y'all are praying people. I'd appreciate that.
I can't imagine. I was telling Kelly, when you have a child, I can't ever imagine, you losing a child before you.
Yeah, it's so awful.
I can't think of a worse thing.
So awful. But. So anyway, that's what's going on now. Let me transition here. Alan,
transition.
Where is your office away from home?
Starbucks. Starbies. Starbs.
Alan, he works from home and he likes to get out of the house. And the first place he goes, he posts up. If I call him when I got off the air, where are you, Alan? I'm at Starbucks. Now, he does kind of move amongst a few of them. You have a handful that you will choose from. You have your favorites.
Yeah. I know I've been talking a lot, babe, but I went to Starbucks today and I ordered my coffee, got it free because of stars. The barista, she saw that
stars.
Because of my stars I earned, my points.
Oh.
So I got a free coffee. She saw that I was done with that one, and I wasn't even like looking up or anything. She just comes over. She goes, "Are you done?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "I'll bring you another."
Oh, free refill.
Yeah, but she just brought it.
It
Like,
was nice. It was good customer service.
yes. You know, sometimes I dog on Starbucks. Not
Well,
today.
it's not about Starbucks. It's about
Not
the
today.
people.
Yes.
You know, an employee makes all the difference in the
Oh,
world. I've
she
had
was great.
I'm not talking about Starbucks. I've had such horrible customer service lately that I don't even know. I don't know what businesses are supposed to do because they hire people hoping that they will do a good job and represent their business, and it's not happening. Anyway, I digress.
Sorry.
Honey,
I didn't mean to.
This is going to affect you
Okay.
in a great way.
Okay.
Starbucks is thinking about closing their restrooms permanently.
Why?
This could be a huge problem
I think
for
that's
you.
a big mistake.
Well, here's the thing. They said they're thinking about it, but you know the restrooms weren't always open to everyone. I think in maybe some of the bigger cities. I remember Kelly Osbourne telling a story, and she's a celebrity. She's like, you know, people know who I am. She was in some St. Patrick's Day parade or something, and you know, you're drinking on the floats. And she said she was truly about to wet her pants, and we've all been there. And she runs into the Starbucks and says, "Please, mate, where's the restroom?" They're like, "We don't have a public restroom," and that was before 2018. In 2018, there was that big scandal at the Philadelphia Starbucks. Remember when two black men came in and they sat at a table and they weren't ordering anything because they were waiting for their friend to arrive.
Uh-huh.
And they asked to use the bathroom and they weren't allowed to use the restroom.
Oh, yeah, I
and
kinda
because they were
remember
sitting
that, yeah.
there and not ordering anything, one of the employees called the police
Okay.
and ended up having them arrested for trespassing.
Wow.
Now, no charges were ever filed, but that led to really bad publicity for Starbucks. There were protests. And as a result of that, do you remember when Starbucks shut down every store for a day? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
This is
I
in
do.
2018, so it's been a minute.
Okay.
But they shut down every store so they could have special training, you know, about racism and showing bias. It was a racial bias training for their employees.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Howard Schultz, this was in 2018, when the company, he was the executive chairman at the time, he said they were going to open Starbucks restrooms to anybody who asked. They said it was the right decision. He said, we don't want anyone at Starbucks to feel as if we are not giving access to you to the bathroom because you are less than. We want you to be more than. Okay? So up until 2018, all the bathrooms weren't open to everyone.
Okay.
But here we are 4 years later, and Howard Schultz is now the interim CEO of Starbucks. And he was at a New York Times conference in D.C. last week, and he said, the growing mental health problem in our country is posing a threat to staff and customers. And with the current public restroom policy in place, it's difficult for Starbucks employees to manage its stores. And he said, quote, we have to harden our stores and provide safety for our people. I don't know if we can keep our bathrooms open.
I'm honestly not sure what that means. What does it mean
Well,
we have
I
to
think
harden our stores?
Because they're going to have to be, now you can't use our bathroom. We just have that policy. I think they're having a lot of homeless people come in.
Oh, homeless people come post up in the
and-
bathrooms?
And they're using the bathrooms, and a lot of them are doing other things in the bathrooms like they should not do. And the employees are not in the position, putting themselves in
Yeah.
harm's way
They're there to
intervene.
to make coffee and
And it's a mental health crisis. So they're saying
Not
because
boot
of
people
that,
out. Yeah,
Alan,
I got you.
where are you going to go if they shut your bathroom at Starbucks?
well, I think this is a little bit of sensationalism from the media. I mean,
This is from his mouth.
I know. I'm sure this happens in Starbucks here and a Starbucks there. I don't think this is a problem in our area. I could be wrong,
They could
but
shut it across the board.
I go to a lot of Starbucks, and I am there for a long time, and all the ones I am, and I've never.
And Alan's in the bathroom sometimes for a long time.
Yeah, because when you go to Starbucks and you drink
Post
coffee
up.
and post up, you're gonna need to use the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
But I have never seen or had any problem personally. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but
Well, where you go is not a huge place where homeless people
no,
hang out.
no, no. But I now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've had some problems in some areas of the country, and maybe they will have to shut their restaurants
Yeah, because
down.
you can't put your employees in jeopardy.
Right. Like I said, I was kind of jokingly saying, but it's true. They're there to make coffee and serve food and, take transactions, not police the bathrooms.
Right.
So I get that.
I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Alan handled it much better than I thought he would.
Oh, you thought I was going to get really wound up?
But, well, you're still hungover, I think.
Yeah. I was telling Kelly before we started, I was having problems accessing the record button per usual, and I'm just like a half step slow tonight.
Let me tell you, when I went to my therapist many, many years ago, he said, I forget the age cutoff. I'm just going to say 30. I'm not 100% sure. But he said up until age 30, your body is constantly regenerating new cells. And that's why when you go out drinking and partying and you're like, but the next day you're able to pop up and go to work, it's because your body is regenerating new cells. He said, but I think it was age 30, he said what happens is your body's not regenerating those new cells. So that alcohol is just having to slowly work its way through your system. And he said, if you get drunk, it can take 2 to 3, even 4 days for you to recover, depending on how much you have.
I can believe that.
So yeah, I remember being in my 20s, like, I don't know how I did it, but we did it. We got it and went to work on the radio after being out all night. I can't do that now. Ugh.
One of our live studio audience members actually had some good input just a second ago. They said they could do the total, like, the Texaco gas station beating and give you a key with a gigantic, like, flower on it or something.
Yeah.
And say you have to have this key to get into the bathroom.
Maybe.
Because right now they're just open.
Yeah, but then you've got to trust that the public won't totally destroy the bathroom situation. Again, we're having an employee shortage. If you don't have a job right now, it's because you think, well, I don't want to work there. That's beneath me. Because there are jobs across the board, but it's really starting to affect like sanitation. When you go to some of these restaurants, that are very lovely, nice restaurants, but the bathrooms are starting to go, bleh, bleh, bleh. It's really bad.
I've destroyed a few bathrooms.
I know
before.
you have, but that's why we have to, as good customers and good citizens, we have to start cleaning up after ourselves.
Well, I clean up.
And not just, not everybody does, Alan.
Well, I clean up after myself.
But not everybody does. When you walk into some of those bathrooms and it's like, come on, seriously.
You can destroy a bathroom, but clean up after yourself.
You can. But not everybody's doing that.
Yeah, now it's starting to come back to me. I think when we were having that discussion on the tour bus about this, I might have issued the term iceberg. Has anyone ever left an iceberg? And they're like, what's an iceberg? And I'm like, that's one so big the tip pokes out of the water.
Oh my gosh, Alan, that's gross. Why would you tell that?
Well, that's the kind of conversation we were having on the bus.
But not on the podcast.
Oh.
How am I supposed to transition out of that? That's so gross.
Well, why don't you do...
I can't.
Oh.
I can't out of that. I've got to talk about something else.
Well, why don't I do something, and then you can do something, or
all right,
you can do something.
You transition out of that.
Just real quick, and then you can do whatever.
Tell something like that right before I'm supposed to do a commercial. You can't.
So, I took the boys when I picked them up they said, Daddy, we are hungry. And I was like, okay, well, let's go home and say hi to Kelly and Emma Kelly. And then we'll see if they want to get something to eat. And then we'll go.
I had such a big lunch, I passed.
Yeah. And then we'll go get something. And they were real excited about talking to me about what they've been doing the last 2 weeks and all their adventures and stuff. And I said, this is awesome. Why don't you tell Kelly and Emma Kelly over dinner, and it was great to see him. I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, so we just had a good, fun time riding back. It seemed like they were really happy and really excited, which was great. But we got home, and Kelly said, she said she'd pass, but Emma Kelly would go to eat with us, and everybody wanted Buffalo Wild Wings. We do that a lot too. Mm-hmm. So went over to Buffalo Wild Wings, and the kids were all having these wonderful conversations and asking each other about school and music and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because Emma Kelly hadn't seen the boys in a couple weeks. So.
Yeah, and I was just kind of listening to them talk and everything, and it's fun hearing them have little conversations. But then at the end of dinner, we started playing King of again. Dylan and they all like King of.
Yeah.
So we were playing King of.
And real quickly, for those of you not familiar, you say, okay, we're going to play King of Candy. And everybody takes turns naming a candy. I'd say like Reese's Cups. And Alan might say M&Ms. And I'd say Snickers. And he'd say Butterfingers. And you keep going until you run out.
Right.
And the big joke is one time we were playing with Dylan and he just panicked and we were doing like animals, and he was panicking. And he said, yogurt. And it was just like, what? And so now yogurt's like your panic answer.
Yeah.
Yogurt out.
When you're done, you yogurt out.
So they were playing. That's what King of is, if you're not familiar.
So
it's a great game to play with kids. Honestly, it can pass a lot of time in the car.
So it was so funny because they wanted to play King of Celebrities, and I'm like, guys, you guys,
they'll never win.
I said, you guys do celebrities. I'm not gonna be that good. I was surprised at how good all of them were.
Really?
They're going around, and Dylan. Now I'm not gonna be able to do it, but Dylan would like Taylor Swift, and Cole would say Post Malone. Then Emma Kelly would say Harry Styles, and they just keep going around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, how long is this game gonna go? It gets over to Dylan, and Dylan's thinking, he's like, Doja Cat.
Wow. Wow.
Like, Dill, how do you know who Doja Cat is? So that was kind of funny. And they were doing musicians, and they were going around.
I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not played it with your kids, it's really a lot of fun. It's fun to play with adults too.
And it gets around back to Dylan, and Dylan's doing his little, where he's thinking, he's like, and I think he's going to say yogurt. And he's like, Dylan Bob. And we're like,
oh, Bob Dylan.
Yeah, we're like, Dylan Bob? You mean, oh, Bob Dylan. He's like, yeah, Bob Dylan.
That's
Dylan
cute.
Bob. And because he was going around and saying all these different musicians with the first name Dylan.
Oh.
And he was doing like, there were some country artists he knew that were like, I'm like, Dill, man, you guys know a lot more about celebrities and musicians than I thought. But then at the end of the game, we're walking out of the restaurant, and I kind of had one of those, wow, I'm from a different generation moment listening to the kids talk. Because I think Cole, when they were playing, said Eddie Murphy. And I think it was Emma Kelly who said, I don't even know who that is. I've never heard of him. I'm like, wow.
It happens.
Wow.
Yeah. She probably would know him if she saw him. She's seen some of his movies.
It was the other way around. Emma Kelly knew.
Oh.
Cole didn't know. Cole didn't know. He was like, I've never heard of Eddie Murphy. I'm like, wow.
If he see him, I bet he knew.
Yeah. It was just funny because
That's
it's
cute.
like,
Well, y'all play that with your kids. It's fun because you're going to be on road trips this summer, or if you're at the table at the restaurant and all the kids have their faces down in their phones and devices, it snaps them out of it because it's really a fun game to play. You can do stores, drinks, animals. With the little kids, you can do colors. It's fun.
And then on the way home in the car, the three of them wanted to sit in the back seat and play Heads Up. So they used my phone, and they were back there playing Heads Up.
I love that.
And it was awesome because Dylan had it on his little head, and Cole and Emma Kelly are on either side of him, and they're just, yelling guesses or clues at him, and he's like, he gets that panic look on his face. He's like, walrus, whale, I don't know, pass. Just
so
funny.
Cute.
It's just funny.
All right, so I think the product that I get the most DMs about is Thrive Cosmetics. And from my friends too, my girlfriends, they text me about it. I'm hooked on the Brilliant Eye Brightener. It is a cream to powder highlighter stick. It comes in 13 shimmering shades. This thing brightens and opens up your eyes and makes it look like you got a good night's sleep when you haven't. You can wear it alone or as a base for eyeshadow because it will not crease all day. I love that. And of course, their best-selling Liquid Lash Extensions mascara is incredible. It lasts all day without clumping, smudging, or flaking. You can take it off at night with just warm water and a washcloth. You don't even need soap. And Emma Kelly actually thought I started getting my lash extensions again, but it was just the Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. And Thrive Cosmetics also has a wonderful sunproof 3-in-1 invisible priming sunscreen. Not only does it protect your skin with SPF 37, it preps your skin from makeup, and it's proven to extend the wear of makeup up to 16 hours with this beautiful blurred velvet matte finish that makes it look like you've got freshly applied makeup all day. You'll look good and you'll do good because Thrive Cosmetics' Bigger Than Beauty promise means for every product you buy, they donate to organizations helping women thrive. Women emerging from homelessness, surviving domestic abuse, fighting cancer, and more.
And now is a great time to try Thrive Cosmetics for yourself. Right now, you can get 15% off your first order when you visit thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich. That's Thrive Cosmetics.
Cosmetics.
And note the spelling, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich for 15% off your first order.
Because it's a good cause with Thrive Cosmetics.
That would be a
Love it.
play on words.
Right?
Yes.
But now you know. Now you know. All right, Alan. So we've got a couple of weeks with the boys. We're really excited. You're heading to the lake this weekend for Father's Day.
Got some
the boys are really excited about that.
They're very excited about that. Got some camps, got some lake time scheduled. And boy, Dylan came unglued when I opened my big mouth and said he had a orthodontist appointment tomorrow.
Yeah?
He doesn't like that.
Well, usually that's painful.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to get my braces tightened, I'd run like a low-grade fever for a couple of days because it's just, I guess your body's fighting that pressure. I don't know what it is.
It's that, and I think he's real sensitive to anything that gets near his throat, you know?
He gags.
And
He has a real sensitive gag
right,
reflex.
it makes him want to gag.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's scared of. And for about the first half of dinner, he kept on mentioning that. You know how he is when he'll get on that thing and just like, I don't want to go. I don't want to. And then I kind of redirected him with some magic. And I told him and Kelly, I said, that was actually magic, me redirecting him with magic, you know? I mean, try to get his mind off of that. So, yeah, after I did a couple magic tricks, he was okay. And then we started playing those games. So, anyway, yeah, he's got orthodontics, but we've got some camps, fun stuff to do. And,
Baseball tournaments. Man, in this 100-degree heat, y'all pray for us.
Yeah, their last tournament is, they're doing the World Series tournament, not this weekend, but the next weekend.
Wow.
So
this is our first one.
I know. So that'll be his last,
the last hurrah.
We've been talking about baseball for a while, like last couple of months, but this is their last big tournament. And then I guess kind of the off season. So yeah,
it's exciting.
It's exciting stuff.
They've had a really good season. He's such a good baseball player, and Cole's doing great in baseball too. So we've got a lot of camps and fun things planned, a lot of swimming, a lot of video game playing.
Yep. And a lot of eating. These boys like to eat.
Well, I told them to give me a list. I'll go to the grocery store. I'll get them whatever they want. Just give me that list.
Yeah. All right, babe. Well, you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
That's it?
I can do more if you want, but okay.
No, I think we're good.
Then why do you act so shocked?
Well, because I always do that. Oh, no, one more thing. We do have one more thing.
What?
You've got us on a new show. Let's talk about that just 5 minutes.
Oh, I was like, it took me a minute to register. Alan, okay. I want to watch a show with Alan. I want to watch a show with Alan.
I want to watch a new show too.
It's very simple.
We have a new show.
I want to do something with him.
I like to do that too.
But I cannot get him to commit to a show with me.
But we've committed to one.
He wants to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I said, that's fine, Alan, but that's 6 episodes and we're already halfway through.
I like Ewan McGregor.
I'd like to do this with you. I think it will help bring us closer as a couple.
This isn't Batman.
I talk to other couples and they sit down at night and they watch all these wonderful series together.
Will you tell people what we're
and
watching?
I can never chime in because Alan and I don't watch anything together.
That's not true. We're watching something together now.
So the other night I said, Alan, watch one episode.
Okay.
One, because I started watching it before you got home.
What's the name of the show?
I'm going to get to it.
Let's get to it.
Because my friend asked me, she goes, oh, I'm sure you're already watching this, Kelly. And I was like, well, no, I'm not. She goes, oh, you'll love it. So while Alan was out, I just started watching it because I gave up. I said, I'm not going to wait for him anymore.
What's the name of the show,
I'm
Kelly?
just going to start watching a show I want to watch.
Kelly, what's the name of the show?
So I popped on The Lincoln Lawyer.
The Lincoln Lawyer.
The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix. And I started watching it. And Alan came home. I was about 23 minutes into the first episode. And I looked at him. I said, Alan, this is it. This is the show. I think you'll like it. He's like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to.
I was eating.
I basically forced him. I said, I'm going to rewind it and I want you to watch it. And we're going to watch, and I want you to give it a chance. And by the end of that first episode, what did you think?
I really like it. And one of my favorite characters in all of TV is on it. His name's Cisco. And he talks like this.
I'm so glad you finally got to.
And he's an investigator and he rides a Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
And why does he talk like this?
That's his bit.
It's his bit. He's got a great bit. He's
And
got
so
a
does
funny.
the-
He's got a funny mustache and funny hair.
The head police detective talks the same way. It's like, what's the bit? Everybody
talks-
on there has like a raspy.
Well, he talks with more of like a raspy voice like
Yeah.
this. Not
like he's
not
got like nodes on his tonsils or something.
not like El Presidente, but more of a kind of.
So anyway, The Lincoln Lawyer.
Yes.
It's only one season, and I believe it's 10 episodes. So then after that, we're going to find something else. But we are 3 episodes in, and we really like it, don't we? Are we 4 episodes in?
It's good. Yes. It's a little hokey, but it's good. I do like it.
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying
I'm just so happy to have
some of it
something.
is a little hokey.
But don't you like watching it with me?
Yeah, it's fine. We were watching Obi-Wan together. That's fine too.
Yeah, but I mean, that's only.
So it's okay to watch the ones you want to watch, but not the
But I
ones
mean,
I
it's
want to watch.
all. The only thing you ever want to watch with me is Star Wars related.
Not true.
What else?
Ink Master.
That's over. We haven't watched an episode of that in how long?
Ozark.
It's still sitting there.
How many of those did I sit through?
You did.
3 seasons.
How long has this last season been out?
Y'all bickering. How many episodes of Ink Master?
How long?
11 seasons.
Ink Master. I want to watch a series. And that last episode of Ozark, we haven't watched a single episode. Not a single one.
Well, you got to watch Lincoln Lawyer just for Cisco.
We enjoy Lincoln Lawyer.
I really like
and
it.
I'm looking for other suggestions after Lincoln Lawyer.
What do you think? You think Cisco should be a character on the Sandwich Since 11 podcast?
No.
Okay. Well, I kind of like him.
All right.
All right, Lincoln
As long
Lawyer.
as you agree to watch something else with me, you can do that.
I do like the
Lincoln
Lincoln Lawyer. And I like the main character, Mickey. I like his accent. Everybody's got
Mickey
an
Holler.
accent. Mickey Holler, yeah. Yeah, hey, you Mexican. He's Mexican, isn't he? He's supposed to be.
Yeah, he was born in the United States, but then his parents got divorced and he was moved to Mexico City with his mother, but he kept visiting his father in Los Angeles.
Wait, the actor or the character?
That was the character.
The character.
That's how
right.
he explained
Right.
that he was born in the United States, but when his parents got divorced, his mother moved him to Mexico City and he would visit his father in LA.
Yeah.
And then he stayed in LA.
This isn't a
practiced law.
spin-off for Matthew McConaughey.
No, it's based.
thing, is it?
No. This is based on a book series. Was that Matthew McConaughey movie called The Lincoln Lawyer?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Well, maybe. I
No?
wonder if it is.
Maybe it is.
I don't know. But I know David E. Kelly writes it, and that's Mr. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They've been married for years and years and years.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's enough of that. But
All right,
y'all
babe.
send me some suggestions that Alan will watch with me.
And
And Kelly wants me to, oh God.
And I've heard Yellowstone ad nauseum.
I know.
I know that's on the list.
I know. And Emma Kelly wants me to start watching Stranger Things.
I'd like to watch that too. My mom and dad are watching that.
Well, great. Then maybe
Why
we
did
can
I
watch
just
it
go into-
together.
Why did I just go into Cisco?
That would be a bonding thing for all of us.
Maybe I'm transitioning into Cisco.
Because when Alan and I first started dating, I had watched the first season of Stranger Things. I don't think we were married yet. And I said, okay, I want to watch this with you. So I'm going to wait for you to watch season 1 and then we can pick up on season 2 together. And he's never watched a single episode.
Of which one?
Stranger Things.
Oh.
And so it's just been sitting there. Well, Emma Kelly wants to go back and watch the whole series again. And I told her I would after we finish Gilmore Girls. Can't get that.
Oh, yeah.
done.
That was another topic. Emma Kelly was asking Cole what shows he likes and what he was watching.
She's obsessed with Criminal Minds.
I think she said that.
She's just finished the 10th season.
And Cole said he liked Henry Danger. And then he laughed.
Yeah. Well, that's because whatever Dylan's watching is what we're all watching. And he is really hooked on Henry Danger, which is cute. It's fun for the adults to watch too.
I've seen every episode of Henry Danger at least 5 or 6 times.
But you love it.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Schwaz. You like schwaz.
I'll go down. I will still go down on record saying one of the funniest things I've ever seen on television are Schwaz and Captain Man doing the jitterbug together. Funny.
There you
funny,
go.
Funny TV.
There you go.
That is funny.
Got your stamp of approval.
Elf is not funny. That is funny.
Elf is funny. Oh, and one more little tidbit while you're out shopping, ladies
Tidbit
and
news?
gentlemen. Our son Dylan loves dipping Oreos in milk. That's his favorite thing in the world
In
to
what?
do. In milk.
I thought you said milk.
No, I said Oreos and milk. Anyway, I was just an impulse buy. I was walking through Target and McKelly needed some mascara and rouge. And so we were walking by and I saw these limited edition fireworks Oreos. And they have those Pop Rocks in the cream, in the vanilla cream. And so I said, I was full. I said, but I've got to try one. And I don't eat the cookie part. I just like licking out the center. And so I licked the center at first. I'm like, this isn't doing anything. But then I put the whole cream in my mouth and it started snap, crackling, and popping all over the roof of my mouth. It was so cool.
Like the old days.
So when you see it, the Oreos with the Pop Rocks, they're the fireworks edition. Get them. They're super cool. And they're limited.
Ad?
No, I just thought they were cool.
Okay. All right, babe. Well, good stuff. Good stuff. I love you desperately.
I love you.
I'm still recovering. Maybe next time I won't still have a hangover.
I hope not.
Yeah, I think by Wednesday I'll be okay.
I hope so.
Okay. Well, I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I loved Highway to Henryetta desperately, Troy Aikman desperately, and 8 Beer desperately. That was a lot of fun to support our guy, and a good cause, too, for the community of Henryetta, which is out in the middle of nowhere.
They need all the help they can get, honey.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good. Have a good sandwich.